welcome to Law of People channel. If we want to know where our country is heading to, first we should know what is the past of this country, where this country stands today. If we know these two details, naturally we can extrapolate and find where this country is heading to. We know there have been so many civilizations in this world, like Mesopotamian civilization, Aztec civilization, Maya civilization, Egyptian civilization, and of course our Indian civilization. But barring Indian civilization, none of the other civilization exist. In the excavation of Dwaraka under sea, it was found that it was a well-planned city, and the carbon dating showed that Dwaraka city existed almost 15,000 years back. To be precise, India had a civilization which spans at least more than 10,000 years, while the so-called civilized nations like Europe, they became civilized maybe some 500 years back or 1,000 years max. Nothing more than that. And there is no other country in this world which has been attacked, plundered and looted like that of India, because India was the richest country in the world. India was attacked not only by Alexander the Great, which happened even before Christ. Subsequent to that, there have been so many invasions from Arabs, from the tribe of Turkish, Mongol, so on and so forth. And of late, India has been attacked by Britishers, Dutch, Portuguese, France, etc. They all came here for trade, in the guise of trade rather. And then they became the rulers. They ruled this country, looted this country to the hilt. And then when they left, this country was poverty-stricken, no wonder. But one thing we should bear in mind, when India got independence in 1947, Japan has been already devastated by atomic attack on their two most advanced, civilized and industrialized city as Nagasaki and Hiroshima. But from there, Japan could come up, and now it is one of the most developed nations among other community of nations we can compare. But India never had such drawbacks. Only thing is that the Indians were not left with much money. But there was a steady and slow progress in this country. But only change was that instead of Britishers looting us, when our own people whom we trusted, they started looting us in different ways. And we know there have been different scams in this country of late. Maybe the previous regime, like 2G scam, coal scam, Aadhar scam, etc. And the Supreme Court was compelled to ask this question, that how many zeros are there in the alleged 2G scam as well as coal scam. These scams were not brought out by any individual. Our own Comptroller and Auditor General, which is an authority under our own constitution, a constitutional authority, they only pointed out the finger that a scam of such a huge magnitude has taken place. Personally, India has grown slowly but steadily. Now, Subsequent to 2014, after the advent of Modi regime, there has been so many changes. People talk about note ban, bringing of GST, so on and so forth. But many of the times I find the media has blackened the real attraction of this particular regime or the real job done by this regime. This regime has come out with direct benefit transfer. That means the benefit will go to the people directly. I am reminded of a quote of Rajiv Gandhi, who said once that when we keep 100 rupees for the ultimate beneficiary, only 15 rupees reaches them. 85 rupees gets dissipated in between. This has been the bane of this country. But by introducing this direct benefit scheme, the money reaches directly the person whom it is supposed to reach, and it doesn't get dissipated like in the past. So that is one thing. Then another thing is that the regime has ensured that majority of the people have got bank accounts. So that means even if you don't have a balance in the bank account, nil balance, still you can have a bank account so that the benefit can be transferred into your account. And other schemes like Ayushman Bharat, which is an insurance scheme for the treatment. Then stores like Jan Aushadhi, where you get medicines as cheap as 30 to 90% compared to the open market. Then Ujjwal Yojana, by which gas connections have been given to 6.3 crore. New connections have been given. And electricity has been given to 21.3 crore households. And all the villages in this country, that is 18,475 villages, have been electrified. There is not even a single village in this country now which is not electrified. And under Prime Minister's Awas Yojana, 1.53 crore houses have been built. So, when such schemes have been implemented, the downtrodden or the poor who are at the bottom of the layer, they have been benefited. So no wonder this regime has been again voted back to power with more majority. From 272, now the BJP alone has got 300 plus. This has happened after a quite long time because there has been a precedent of coalition government for more than a couple of decades. So putting rest to that, BJP has come out with thumping majority just because the people felt the result of their work. And there has been cynical view from certain quarters which states that majority of the people voted against the present government in India. Let us not forget, the first election to this country was conducted in 1951 to the parliament, and Congress, which secured 364 seats out of 489, they obtained only 45% of the votes polled, not 50%. So, by the stretch of the very same imagination, we can say that majority of the people voted against Congress. And we should also bear in mind that only 45.70% of people voted in that election. That is, majority of the people didn't vote. Out of those people who voted, majority didn't vote for Congress. So if that is the case, then we can say that right from the day of first election till now, no party or no ruler has been supported by the majority of the people. The system in India is first past the post. So according to this system, people have vehemently or voluntarily or maximum people who have voted for BJP. If we say that this much percentage has voted against BJP, then we should also say that much more percentage than what BJP got has voted against Congress, against communist people. So that is not an argument which will hold water. Then we should also bear in mind that around 34.03 crore bank Jan Dhan account has been started in this country. All this could have been done by anybody else, but nobody did it. Even though one single family and their proxies ruled this country for more than 60 years, they were more interested in making scams. These schemes were available, these ideas were available, but no one did it. And now, before going to the fact where this country is heading to, we should understand today India is manufacturing around 22.5 crore mobile phones per annum, and India is the biggest producer of mobile phones in the world. And again, coming to manufacturing sector, we can say that India is number 2 in steel manufacturing, number 2 in vegetable and fruits, so on and so forth. Just manufacturing alone will not take this country to a higher level, because we are surrounded by a couple of nations which are inimical to us. As one park leader said once, that we should make 1,000 cuts in India so that they bleed profusely. So this has been their strategy, this has been their aim. Cross-border terrorism is one thing which India has been suffering. And usually in the past, our statesmen used to make some big comments, say that we will respond this and that, and Pakistan used to do all these kind of nasty tricks in the past. But after Balakot airstrike, they have understood the regime has changed, their attitude has changed, and if they continue to do this old dirty tricks, they will be taken to task. So that is one thing. Second thing is that even with China, even though they are far superior power than India as of now, in Doklam, we found that Indian Jawans stood their ground solidly without any fear. This was possible only because the Jawans were very confident that they will get adequate support. So, what all may be the ideas of the inimical nations? Now, since they find that the present Prime Minister or the present regime at the center is equally bold, many are having a rethink as to tinkering with the borders. So, and we also know that this one rank, one pension has really enthused the entire military setup in our country, coupled with lot of infra works being done in the bordering states with other countries. Like recently we had this Atal Pass constructed, which is connecting Ladakh and Jammu. So many such kinds of works are going on simultaneously. This note ban, people have been talking too much, that too in the main medias. They say that they has crippled the financial scenario of this country. One highlight of this note ban is that almost 3 lakh paper companies have vanished into the thin air, which are all existing. But after this note ban, all these more than 3 lakh paper companies have vanished. Similarly, India has already tested Agni 5 missile, which has got a flight range of 5,000 kilometers, nuclear capable. And Indian spending on this military was too low that the morale of the military was also very bad. But by inducting almost giving order for 26 Rafale in flyaway condition, almost half has already reached, the military has been solidified, strengthened. Thus, our enemies now need to have a rethink whenever they want to attack this country or do some nasty works. The BrahMos cruise missile, which India has developed along with Russia, is considered the best in the world now available among its class. And we also know that by sending an orbit to Mars, Mangalyaan, only third or fourth country to do that. So India is going leaps and bounds in so many other sectors. Even in sugar production, we are number 1 in the world now. We are number 3 in electricity production. We are supplying to countries like Bangladesh, Nepal, etc. In addition to all this, the median age of Indian populace is around 26.8 years, which is the lowest among big countries. Japan, US, China, Russia, all have got a median age much more than that of India. So, manpower being the best power available and majority of the Indians being educated and the median age being young, and we have visionary government at the center, I can say with confidence that the best days of India is yet to come, and we will be seeing a wonderful India in the coming days.